We are live. Let's see if anybody hops in here. There's Marshall. No, Marshall. Not 157 yet. You're waiting? That's good. Sorry. Sorry, Bunzo. Didn't mean to make you wait. How you guys doing tonight? Hey, Papa Scotty. Zach, my friend. Nope, not 1994. That's not the answer. Not tonight. You guys are hilarious. You give them one answer to a giveaway, and what's happening, man? Ross, how you doing? Bunzo, you want to look at the Ganzo? All right, we'll look at some knives here. But I tell you what, guys, this is kind of a new thing for Big Red EDC tonight. I recently started talking to another channel called Gear Toward Gear, and man, talk about some awesome content. Yep, that's a Victorinox. And so tonight I asked Sean from Geared Towards Gear to join me kind of via, well, speakerphone at the moment, because that's all I'm smart enough to figure out at this point. So if you guys would help me welcome Sean to Big Red EDC. How you doing, Sean?
I am doing fantastic. Hopefully the audio is coming through for those that are watching, but I couldn't be happier to be here. Thank you so much, JB, for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Hey, Leather Guy, how you doing? Just in time prepping? Cool. Is the audio okay, guys? Can you hear him okay? I hope so. Like I just told Sean right before this, I was like, I'm okay with the idea thing, not so good with execution. So cool. Well, looks like we're good, man.
Good deal.
Cool. So yeah, as I said, if you guys have not, it looks like some of you might maybe know Sean already. I'm sure some of you do.
Sam? Yeah, it looks like a couple of my subscribers made it in.
Very good.
Sam?
Excellent. Good. Sam, welcome. PGR, how you doing? Leather Guy, if I haven't told you hi, how you doing, man? I think I did, but don't want to miss you. So, yeah, we just kind of tried to do this off the cuff. It's kind of a little bit of selfish on my part because I started watching Sean's videos and I was very impressed with the quality of his videos, how just well put together his videos are, and we were discussing that he doesn't do any editing, and I'm very impressed. He does well. So I wanted to kind of share, like, I've had a lot of help coming up through YouTube. A lot of help. Listen Up Play Games, a lot of help. So when I saw that his channel was just shy of 500 people, I was like, man, this guy's got to be talking to more people. So hopefully, I don't know, Sean, but hopefully this will maybe help out a little bit. Maybe some of these guys will come check out your channel and see what you have to offer in the YouTube world, man.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome. I mean, obviously come by and take a look if you like what you see. Definitely subscribe. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, I mean, this is I'm just happy to be here. And again, I know I already said thank you to JB for having me, but this is a lot of fun for me. I've never done anything like this, obviously, as far as like a live stream. So this is totally new for me. Still brand new in the YouTube world. I've only had my channel for about 4 months. So this is, I don't know, you're making me feel like a little celebrity here. And let me first also say congrats on 1,000 subs, JB. That's insane. And I know that I'm just reading Zach's comment.
Yeah, I saw that. Zach. Oh, Zach's the Benchmade guy. You got to be careful for Zach, man. He'll get you.
So congrats on 1,000 subs. That's amazing, and the giveaway you're doing looks legit. So whoever ends up winning that is going to be a happy camper.
Oh yeah, and there again, lots of help. Zach helped out tremendously with that. Jay from the Knife Beater. Slick Slicers sent me something. The Sharp Spot Hanks, they sent me something. I mean, Yeah, I mean and that's the big thing is community. It's all about, to me, it's about the community and helping one another out, and that's, that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do something like this, and maybe once a month or so I can have another channel on and we can talk and discuss and just kind of, I think it helps out everybody, honestly.
I would agree.
So just for these guys here, tell us a little bit, how'd you get interested in the knife EDC? How did that all start for you?
Good question. So I guess knives would have been, it all started with a Buck 503 Prince that I got for my 7th birthday. So that was my first knife that I ever owned, and the rest is history. Ever since then, I've been collecting knives. So that was, what am I, 34 now? So can't do math quickly, but a couple decades, I guess. I've been really into knives, collecting, using, and then as far as the EDC kind of stuff, that probably started around the time I became an EMT, which was probably a decade and a half ago when I went through EMT and paramedic school. I started carrying more gear on my person, better quality knives, multi-tools, things like that. So at that point, I started getting more into, getting quality EDC bags and just more gear and more gear. And as you guys all know, once you get started in this community, there's really no going back, right? It's like you're kind of all in at that point. So,
oh yeah, you're hooked. You're hooked.
That's kind of my basic story. And as far as YouTube, kind of how I got into YouTube, it was not by accident. As I told JB before the call, my father asked me one day, several months back, a question about what I carried in my roadside emergency bag. And the easiest way for me to tell him was to just film a video. It was too big to email and it was too big to text, so I just uploaded it to YouTube, and that's how I shared with him what I carried in my bag. And I figured, well, that was kind of fun to go through the bag and kind of talk about what I had in it. And so I uploaded that, and I uploaded one more, and then next thing you know, 4 months later, I probably uploaded, 60 or 70 videos, and the rest is history. So it kind of happened by accident. I just kind of fell into it and really enjoyed it, and have stuck with it. What about you? I never asked you, JB. I know you mentioned your son had a channel, but how did you kind of get your start?
A suggestion from my son. Yeah, he had his YouTube channel. Him and his buddy played video games, drank whatever they drank, I don't know, but and scream at a computer and put it on YouTube. So, he's like, he knows that I watch all these guys, and I watch Jimmy Slash and Birdshot and just all the channels that I watch. He's like, dude, you have so many knives, you should do that. I'm like, nobody wants to see me do this. And he's like, it is so easy. It's so easy. He's like, you need a phone, a tripod, and a light. And he's like, you're done. So $50 later, I'm making YouTube videos.
And that's literally what I have. I have a phone, a tripod, and decent lighting, I guess. And what I will say, and I don't know if you've done the same thing, JB, is I have encouraged so many of my friends to start YouTube channels, especially people that are in the kind of the gear community. I'm a member of a whole bunch of Facebook groups, EDC and flashlight groups, and I'm constantly telling people, like, dude, start a YouTube channel. It's really not that difficult. So I'm fully aware of the fact that a lot of the people that watch my videos probably know a lot more than I do. And so I always want to encourage those people to start channels of their own, right? Because I'd love to watch their videos. And so it's fun to watch the videos that other subscribers make, whether they started their channel on my recommendation or not. It's always fun to talk to people and encourage them to start a channel. Because you're right, it's really not that difficult in terms of what you need to get started. It's just a matter of kind of finding the time. That's the biggest challenge for me.
Cool. Yeah, no doubt. And I know I've got a young man that I talked to. His name's Tucker S. He has a YouTube channel. He's 13 years old and he's from Minnesota. Got a YouTube channel. Just went over 100 subscribers. Zach, Zach's kind of helped him out. I've kind of helped him out a little bit. And yeah, he's only 13, but you know what? He's doing what I'm doing, talking about knives, because it's something he really likes. And I was like, man, keep doing it. Keep going. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. And I've definitely found that it's a lot easier to talk about things when you have a genuine interest in it. And so for me, kind of like you said, I got a cabinet full of knives and all this EDC gear. It's like I could talk about that stuff for days. So yeah, if anybody's on the live stream or any subscribers of JB's or mine, if you got a phone and a tripod, man, get after it.
Oh yeah,
and let me know, because I'd love to sub to your channel if you start one.
yeah, definitely. So it's an EDC. We're talking EDC. Give us a rundown of basically what your typical EDC is.
All right, so it's really, I guess, 4 things, like all the time. Well, 2 things if I'm at the house. It's always a folding knife and a flashlight, no matter what. Even as I sit here, at midnight, at least in my time zone. I'm in Texas. I don't know if anyone else here is from Texas. But it's always a folding knife and a flashlight. When I leave the house, I add a firearm and a tourniquet. So those 4 things are always non-negotiable. Everything else changes from time to time. I may throw in a multi-tool or some other gear, but always a firearm, a tourniquet, folding knife, and a flashlight. And I am digging that knife, by the way.
Yeah, Marshall's getting impatient. He wanted to see a knife. So let's show him a knife real quick.
Yeah, let's talk knives and looking knives. Marshall, I'm with you, man.
So, okay. So since I'm just showing off the ALOX 100 Pro here, what is your favorite EDC knife that you probably have in your collection?
Oh my gosh, that's like asking. Well, I only have one child. So I was gonna say it's like asking me my favorite kid, but I only have one, so that's an easy answer. Lately, I've been carrying the Gerber Fastball a ton. I've also been carrying a slip joint almost every day, a Lion Steel CK01.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking like all-time favorites. I really like any Victorinox. Love Griptilians, any of the classic Spydercos, whether it be a Delica or an Endura, that kind of thing.
It's a good thing you mentioned a Benchmade, or Zach would leave us. So good job for mentioning the Benchmade.
Yeah. So Zach, I got a question for you, because I've got a Benchmade bug out sitting right next to me at my desk, and I need recommendations on handle scales. I'm not loving the ones that came on it. So if you have any recommendations, let me know.
So yeah, this is something that came in for review this week. This is on loan from a viewer, Baltazar. There we go, about community helping community, Sean. A viewer says, "Man, I got this knife. I want to send you a couple knives to review." I'm like, oh, okay. And this is an absolutely gorgeous knife. I love Victorinox's ALOX knives. They're absolutely gorgeous to me.
I would agree. I think that's beautiful. And they make it red as well, right? Did they release that recently, the red color?
Yes, the red one is whoops, darn, bumped the camera. The red does not have it's just a regular clip point. It does not have the thumb hole in it. So you don't have this little kind of apex here on the spine of the blade. But there is a red one, yes. And that's the one I asked for Father's Day.
Nice.
Yes. So yeah, again, on loan from Balthazar, greatly appreciate it. So let me try to catch up on some comments here right quick. See if anybody's asking me any questions. Let's see. Yeah, those go for right about $100. The ALOX 100 Pros, they retail for right about $100. You have a video for that, Zach? Well, I'll have to watch it. Oh, there's Zach asked you, what scale material do you like, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
I responded, a pretty equal opportunity. Carbon fiber, brass, copper, G10. I'm kind of open to anything at this point. I know Marshall said brass would defeat the purpose. Are you talking about the weight? As far as it would be too heavy with brass? I'm
a micarta guy myself. I love linen micarta. Love linen micarta.
I'm kind of on a micarta kick right now as well. I just ordered the Benchmade proper. That'll make Zach happy. Another Benchmade with the micarta scales.
Yes. There again, I had a gentleman, Vietnam vet, send me a proper. He wanted me to put a lanyard on it. He wasn't really good tying lanyards. So I put a lanyard on it for him, and he let me review the knife. Man, I haven't got one yet, but I've been wanting one ever since. That's such a nice knife. Yeah, Zach really likes his Rogue Blade Works scales. They put out some pretty cool scales.
Yeah, I have to check those out. The ones I've been looking at mostly have been Titanium and Carbonize, and I've heard some mixed reviews. I don't own any, but on the Titanium, as far as the way they fit on most knives. I don't know if anybody here has any Titanium scales on any of their knives, but I have heard that sometimes they don't fit just right.
I do not have any experience with Titanium scales myself, so unfortunately I can't help you with that, but maybe one of these guys can. But I've seen some pretty nice looking ones, I know that. Sorry, just saying hi to a few people. Oh God, Marshall.
Marshall's dog farted.
Yeah, Marshall.
Really, man, my dog ripped some pretty nasty ones. Is that a Skyline sitting there in the front?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Nice.
Got a Skyline here. This is another one. This is mine. I've had it for a little bit. Haven't reviewed it yet, but I'm still a little bit I don't know. It seems pretty kind of weak on the opening to me. See? There it goes. I don't know. I expected it to be a little bit more snappy, and it's not. So I don't know. It's not bad. It's not horrible, but it just seems a little sluggish.
Yeah, I don't recall offhand what type of washers that those run on. And I'm looking at my knife cabinet because it sits right next to my desk, and I've probably got 7 Skylines of various, over the years, just different releases. And it's obviously a classic, but definitely takes a little wrist flip to.
Yeah, it looks like phosphor bronze on this one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah. So, but it's the only Skyline I've had. And as I said, I haven't reviewed it yet, but I don't know, it just seems a little sluggish. So maybe some KPL or something like that will help it out,
For sure.
Knife channels in here. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. We all get together and have a good time. And oh, by the way, my ode to Grateful Panic. What am I drinking on? I'm drinking on a little Sierra Nevada Pale Ale tonight. Starting out. So
classic.
No, I am not sponsored by Sierra Nevada. I think I have to say that.
It'd be pretty awesome if you were, though.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I've been trying to get Shiner Bock to sponsor me for 4 months. They're not returning my calls.
Right. Oh, cool. Yeah, so there you go. Jonathan said he's digging this. What do you guys think? Are you guys digging this? Are you digging this whole thing? This collaboration? Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, it's the first time, and Sean just happened to be the lucky guinea pig. So, I hope you guys are digging it. It just seemed like something fun to do.
I'm having a good time. And what's funny is I have like 7 screens pulled up because I'm looking up a lot of the things that people are recommending to me. So I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but also I'm looking up all these different handle scales and Zach's video and stuff like that. So
I'm telling you, I have to, when the screen goes dead, that's when I'm looking at the comments because I can't do 2 things at once. It seems like I can't talk and read at the same time. So, and I miss a lot of people's comments, and I hate that when I do that, but I do. And, nature of the beast, I guess.
Blade Banner had a good comment, and I do sub your channel, so it's nice to talk to you, Blade Banner. Using Hangouts, so we can do like a screen share
See, I will have to look into that.
About that beforehand. Like, how can we make this work? And we settled on speakerphone, right? And so maybe in the future, for the next guest, we can figure out a way to do some screen sharing, because that I think would be cool.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be terrific. So I'm gonna have to check out Hangouts. Who's that through, Blade Banner? Who are you familiar with that, Sean? I am not.
I think it's Google.
Is it right? Google? Oh, Google Hangouts. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think it's Google.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I'm glad to hear that the speakerphone still works pretty well and that y'all can hear me, because I have the video on mute, so I don't get the feedback. So I'm glad that the audio is coming through decently.
Well, you should see how I have it set up. Or maybe you shouldn't, because it's just kind of, I have my camera on the tripod and it's leaned forward, obviously looking down at the table, and the phone is kind of wedged in between the base that's holding the camera and the extending portion of the tripod. And so far it's doing really well, but I don't even want to breathe on it because I don't want the phone to fall.
Right.
So, hey, you know what? Like I said, ideas I'm okay at. Execution, we're making it work, okay? It's working. It's working.
Is that other little knife up front, is that an Amplitude?
It is an Amplitude, yes, sir.
Nice.
Got a couple.
2.5, the smaller one?
Yep, yes, it is.
Those things are pretty sharp. I mean, not literally. Well, yeah, literally, but I like the look of those things. I don't own one, but I do like that.
Yeah, this was another one. This one's spring assisted, so it's pretty snappy. But yeah, it's a cool little knife. Again, a knife that I've had here and haven't had an opportunity to review yet. It's on the list, of course, like every other knife I have. And I took that license plate away to hopefully help the dang camera focus. And it just doesn't seem like it wants to. And I don't know why. Because I want it to, that's why it won't.
That's exactly why.
Yeah, I know. So if I lean over the phone and yell in your ear, Sean, I do apologize for that.
No, you're good, man.
Okay, there we go, like that. Yeah, this is a snappy little knife. I'm digging it. And, you know, it's definitely not made for big hands at all, because I don't have a big hand and it pretty much disappears. But I can get a wicked grip on it, man.
Well, and you did a video recently that I watched on small knives, and I have very big hands, like extra large gloves, just big old hands. I'm a pretty big dude, and I really like small knives, like 2.5-inch blades, you know, 3-finger grips. It doesn't bother me. I actually really, really like smaller EDC knives for whatever reason.
Cool. Yeah, and you know, I do like the small knives for the simple fact that a small knife is great in an office setting, or typically, I mean, obviously depending on the small knife, but they're typically not too expensive. So if you're to loan it to somebody, because I work with other riggers. That's what I do. I'm a crane rigger, and we cut a lot of twine, rope, so on and so forth for work. And you know, I know our buddy JR, here a while back, he loaned his knife to somebody at work, and then they ended up cutting something on concrete, I think it was. You know, and did a number on his blade. So a small knife like that, an inexpensive knife, either or, I don't have a big problem loaning it to someone. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's kind of, I guess that's kind of how I don't know, justify their existence, if you will. But no, I do like the small knives. They make the great little fifth pocket knife. Perfect.
They do. And I often do carry a second knife in my fifth pocket, so I do like that. And I'm noticing your background, like when on my videos, for anyone that subscribes or has, you know, looked at any of my videos, my background's pretty boring. But your knickknacks, your patches, your stickers, I think I need to do something a little different, spice things up a little bit.
Well, I mean, and there again, I mean, if you look at it, it's about the community. That's what it's about. I mean, and my son, you know, in this, he's like, man, why do you have all these other channel stickers and stuff like that? And that's like, why not? I mean, we help one another out. We work. And I guess the kind of the whole gaming thing that he was in, I guess that was pretty highly competitive. And I'm like, you know, you can accomplish more if you work together. That's kind of my philosophy behind it.
True that.
And I mean, I don't want to sound like I don't know, whatever, but it's true. I mean, and that sense of community comes from being in the military. And that's kind of a thing that I've talked about before is I did 20 years in the Navy, submariner, retired, you know, and I was missing something, but I didn't know I was missing something, and things were just a little off. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I got a great family, great job, you know, but there was just something missing. And when I got into this and started doing YouTube videos and got into this community, I was like, holy hell, that's what was wrong. Is that I didn't have that camaraderie and that closeness that you would have, you know, like in a military unit, that type of thing. And this community has really filled that hole that I didn't really realize was there until this all happened. So
yeah, I think my experience was similar in that there's only a couple of like close friends of mine that are like really into the gear that I'm into. My buddy Jonathan, who I know is on here somewhere, is one of them. And my dad actually, who may be listening or watching, I'm not sure. But a lot of my really close friends, like they carry a pocket knife, but they don't really care. And so to really like totally nerd out about gear is something that I wasn't really able to do with most of my close friends. And so this is a perfect outlet for me to do that and kind of have that community, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook or on the YouTube channel in the comments. So it's been a good time.
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt. And it was, you know, and there again, it was my son that pointed that out to me because he was in the Navy for 5 years as well. And he's like, duh, you know, he was like, and I was like, oh man, you're right. You're absolutely right. And it, you know, it just kind of, it took me back a little, you know what I mean? It just, wow, I didn't realize that. So here we are. I got to catch up on some comments here. What's everybody talking about?
I'm sitting here taking notes out of the comments. All these great suggestions.
Oh, trust me, man. I learn a lot from this stuff. Are you kidding me? I am by no means a knife expert. Never. I am not. I just not. And I learned so much from these guys that it's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny. That's true because I learned a ton from the people who subscribe to my channel. Like I said earlier, I think a lot of them probably are far smarter than I am. Probably know a lot more about this stuff than I do. So that's why I always encourage them. Like, hey man, if you got a phone and a tripod, guess what? You're a part of the media if you want to be. So I always encourage people to start a channel if they have the time. It certainly takes a little bit of time commitment, but for me, it's been worth it. And I've really enjoyed doing it.
Oh, thank you for that, Marshall. Oh my God. Did you see Marshall's last comment? Oh my goodness.
Oh. His dog fart again?
No. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
There was a hole in your heart shaped like something, but
yeah.
Yes, Marshall, it's been filled.
Yes, it has.
It's been filled.
Yes, it has. Hey, that's what we're here to have fun. Well, you're talking about extra large hands, brother. Here you go. This thing, oh my goodness.
I saw that on one of your videos. Was it earlier this week?
Yeah, probably when I got it in, yeah.
Yeah, that thing's a beast.
Oh my goodness. And this is a cheap one. And I don't mean cheap as in cheap. I mean cheap, inexpensive. Yeah, we'll get cheap out of there. Inexpensive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, can you see that? It bit me. I was getting up on the finger choil, man, right there, and whoo! I can.
Without getting too personal, JB, what's your hand size?
I wear large gloves.
Okay.
But I think I'm on the small side. You know, I'm on the small side of large, honestly. But I do wear large gloves.
So maybe average to above average size.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
I'm trying to think how that would look in my hand. It would probably look a little smaller.
Well, I mean,
I do like it though.
I mean, there's plenty left over.
Yeah.
And I mean, I even go back here, just to try to get the aspect from someone with a larger hand. I mean, that would be a really big hand, but and even with your pinky outside that groove, it's not a bit uncomfortable at all. I mean, it's very comfortable. And I mean, you get up and you can get up on that. I got to watch out forward finger choil, man. I get up. Oh, man. You could just put this thing to work for days.
I'm a really big fan of a knife that has a really good forward finger choil.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But I'm always a little cautious because I do have big hands. Sometimes it's kind of the meat of my finger wants to get a little squirrely and creep up on the blade there. That's a good looking knife.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And yes, Woodland, I do believe this would fare a little bit better than the Blazer did. I'm sure it would. I have no doubt about that. The Blazer is just well, I mean, it was kind of a toy for you, and you did your nastiness to it. So I knew you'd like it, so I had to send it to you and let you play with it, so to speak, for a while. So yeah, leather guy, you probably could kill a moose with this thing. I don't know, man. It's solid. It is just amazing. And like I said, it's the inexpensive Medford knife at $4.25, $4.50.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I'll. And this one, that's the 187. That one's a discontinued model. That one is on loan from my good buddy JR from the Sharp Spot. He's gracious enough to let me take a look at it. And
leather guy had a good question. What's the blade stock look like on that? How thick is it?
Oh, let's find out. That's an excellent question.
You got a micrometer handy? You would.
Of course I would.
I love it.
Why wouldn't I? Looks like about 0.18.
Marshall coming through with the 0.19.
Hey, he knows.
Stuart knew 0.187.
Well, and that's what it's supposed to be. Mine only goes to 2 digits. It's 187 for the 3/16 metal. For the 3/16 stock. That's where it gets its name from. So and
1994 was a good year. It was a really good year for me.
Okay, backstory. Are you familiar with 157 or 1994?
No.
Okay, 1994 is the year my oldest son was born. It was a question on a because at the end of every live stream, I do a little giveaway. Just a way to say thank you for everybody showing up and having a good time.
Right.
And that was a question. That was the answer to one of the trivia questions one night. And the 157 from Marshall that has to do with Jimmy Slash and he doesn't call them numbers. He misspoke and called them Newbers one night. So it's Newbers. And now they're doing letters because my thing is I do a 2-letter combo. First one to guess the 2-letter combo is the winner. And now they're going, SP was last week, A&W was the week before. And just by the way, Sean, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I've referenced the Sharp Spot a few times. A lot of these guys watching right now are members of the Sharp Spot Facebook page. I am an admin on that Facebook page. JR was the one that started it. He's got the Sharp Spot. He's got on Facebook. He's got the Sharp Spot on YouTube, although he hasn't done a whole lot of YouTube content lately because he recently got a promotion, which is good for him, but hasn't had a lot of time. But you are more than welcome to check us out and join us over there. It's absolutely a fabulous piece. It's a fabulous group of people, and it might be a way to get yourself a little bit more exposure if you wish.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I'm a member.
Oh, well, speak of the devil.
And
There's Mr. JR himself.
Year.
There's JR right there.
JR.
Yes, he is our sharp spot leader. He is our leader. So he's got a. Haven't seen JR today. I have. He's right there. Hey, buddy.
Hey, JR, can you put a hyperlink to the? If that's cool. If not, I'll get it from JP later to the group, the Facebook group.
So yeah, it's a great group of people. We have a lot of fun over there. I mean, like I said, most of these people, most of everybody here is a member there. So it's just kind of one big happy family.
That's awesome. I'll definitely join if you'd have me.
Oh, of course. Of course. And let's see, who else is there? What other channels are in there? JR? Blue Collar Survival. Not sure if you remember, you're familiar with him. Woodland Tactical, Zeb, John from Grateful Panic, Eric from Holiday Leatherworks, Doc Holiday. There's a bunch of, a bunch of channels in there as well. And Zach, are you a member? Sharp Spot, Facebook. It's on Facebook, Zach. I don't know if he has a Reddit. Not that I know of. Yeah, All Knives Matter. That's Woodland. That's Zeb. He's an admin over there on that one.
Hopefully you can't hear my typing because I'm literally taking a lot of notes. This is all good stuff.
No.
Hopefully my typing's not
No.
through.
No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Not at all. Well, you better get over there, bud. You're more than welcome. Oh, Dusty's getting a link. Dusty is JR's wife. She don't tell JR, but she's the brains behind the operation.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's typically the way it goes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Was that? I hope JR didn't hear that, but. And they also have Sharp Spot Hanks. They make some. And
I actually saw that. So yeah, when I googled Sharp Spot Facebook, that was the first thing I saw was the Hanks page, which looked pretty cool.
Sharp Spot Hank.
I got my first EDC Hank last week.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I didn't do a whole lot with Hanks until it was something I was thinking about, and then JR, he's like, "Hey man, I'm thinking about starting to make Hanks," and I was like, "Cool, let's do it." And I had a Hank addiction for a while.
There's worse things you could be addicted to. That's for sure.
I went to meetings. I got it under control, and I'm doing better now.
The first step is admitting you have a Hank problem.
Oh, trust me, I had one. I had one bad for a little while. Well, because Dusty, she kept sending me, "Oh, look at this one! Look at this one I found! Look at this one I found!" And it had fish and fishing lures, and I mean, obviously, if you've seen my videos and seen my arms, I love to fish. And she wouldn't stop. I had to beg her to stop. She was my supplier for a while. It was terrible.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of these Hanks right now, and I'm seeing some Star Wars stuff that looks pretty legit.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah.
Some stained glass looking stuff. I may have to reach out to you guys and get some more Hanks. And I think it's an underrated EDC item. It's something that I never thought to carry, like literally as a true EDC item, until I got this one from a buddy of mine in Alaska. He had it custom made. He sent it to me. And I live in Texas. It's hot as hell during the summer, and so I sweat a lot. And I have allergies, so it makes total sense to carry a handkerchief. I just never did. Because a standard bandana always felt a little big for me.
Yeah.
But like a purpose-built hank, I think is a great idea. I just got my first one, and I've been loving it. So if you don't carry a hank, get a hank. I may need to get some more from the Sharp Spot.
Oh, yeah, they've got some good ones. I know they were having an issue with the machine for a while, but I think they got that all worked out. JR could verify that. But I know I don't know if you've seen my other arm. I'm originally from Nebraska. I'm a huge Nebraska football fan.
Yeah, Cornhusker?
Oh, you bet. Without a doubt. So, you had to buy a new machine? Oh, no. Oh. Well, you gotta pay to play, my friend. I hate to say it. Doggone it.
So there's a question from Bunzo about tourniquets. So, and one thing I will make clear is I'm not an active duty paramedic any longer. I work in a different career, but I am still a licensed paramedic. I maintain my license in the state of Texas and have for a little over a decade. And what I'll tell you as far as tourniquets is I would advocate anybody carrying one. I would recommend training if they don't have access to training. I guess the short answer is if somebody has massive hemorrhaging, you're not going to make it worse by putting on a tourniquet the wrong way necessarily. So I would try to find training if possible, but somebody who's teenage or younger can certainly apply a tourniquet with no problems, especially if it's something like a CAT or a soft T wide would be the two that I would recommend. And I'll definitely do a video on tourniquets. I did one a long time ago. And I really wasn't happy with it, so I'm planning on doing another one in the very near future, actually. I've got several to compare. So you'll definitely see a video on tourniquets from me in the future.
And, I will be perfectly honest with you. I have a tourniquet. I have it here. It's not in my medical kit for that specific reason. Could I do it and do it properly? Yes, I believe I could. But I'm still not 100% confident that I could. You get that? I mean, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And I will say that the application of a tourniquet, and my buddy Jonathan, who's in here somewhere, I think he may have dropped off, I'm not sure, has worked in the EMS field. It's considered a basic skill. It's not an advanced skill in terms of placement of a tourniquet. So it's something that's very easy to learn. And I know a lot of companies do offer online training. I think someone mentioned North American Rescue. I know they've got some probably some online trainings or at least kind of how-to videos. So let's put it this way. I would rather my wife, for example, have a tourniquet on her and have a basic understanding of how to use it, even if she didn't have formal training, in the event that I needed her to apply one to me. And in my vehicle, I probably have 6 CAT tourniquets and a couple soft T wides. And I have more tourniquets than I need, let's put it that way. But it's a pretty basic skill that most people can learn very quickly. So I definitely advocate for carrying a tourniquet if you carry a firearm for your EDC.
Yeah.
I think those two go hand in hand. So if you carry a firearm, you should carry a tourniquet on your person, learn how to use it. And if you don't have the training and you don't feel comfortable, that's fine. If you have one in your kit, maybe somebody else will be there who knows how to use it.
And that's an excellent point. That is a very good point. And, it'll probably end up there tomorrow because that is an excellent point. If I don't know how, there's a good chance somebody probably does.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of people who ask me questions about, should I put a needle decompression or a chest decompression needle in my trauma kit? And I generally would say probably not if you don't have the training on how to use it. But typically the response is, well, what if someone like you were there? Well, yeah, I get that. In that case, maybe somebody of a higher level of training could be on the scene and could use the gear that you have. I would not necessarily recommend using any gear that you have been trained to use. But owning it, buying it, it's perfectly legal. You can go online right now and buy any, tourniquet, airway devices, chest decompression needles, all that kind of stuff. So there's no reason you can't own it, purchase it, carry it. I just wouldn't employ it probably unless you've been trained.
Oh, yeah.
That's my basic, I guess, response. There's a lot more to it. And I could talk about tourniquets and medical stuff for hours on end, but my basic feedback is whatever you have in your kits, know how to use it. But if you don't know how and you just want to carry it, then that's cool too. Hopefully somebody else
Stuart made a very good point. It's always better to try than to stand by. And there's a lot of sense in that. I would have to agree with that. It's and I know this is going to sound terrible. This is really going to sound terrible. And I'm sorry if it does. You should always help when you can. That's just...
Agreed.
You should. You have to understand, though, that if you do help and something goes wrong, you get where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Somebody could come back on you.
Yeah. fortunately, in the U.S., we have Good Samaritan laws that protect
True.
the layperson
True.
from criminal lawsuits. You could still technically be sued in civil court, I guess, if you did something wrong. But my general feeling is this: if somebody's dying or dead, you're probably not going to do anything to make them more dead than they already are.
And yes,
or make them die faster. And so I'd rather you do something than nothing.
Right. And that's
and Bunzo, to answer your question about chest seals, that's a little more involved than tourniquets because certain physiological conditions can happen be caused by the application of a chest seal, depending on whether it's vented or unvented, and it can actually cause more issues that would require things like chest decompression. So again, if you have them and want to carry them, that's great, but a chest seal, it's hard to give a straight answer. I would say it's hard to answer. If you have them, keep them on you, carry them in your kit. And if somebody gets shot in the chest and there's blood squirting out or air being sucked in, slap a chest seal on. You're probably not going to hurt anything, assuming EMS is pretty close by.
And Marshall, another good point. He is a nurse, and he's legally obligated. So, and he appreciates it. Anything anybody would have to help out. So, I mean, that's an excellent point as well.
Yeah, that is a fair point. Because if you do have a certain level of medical training, whether you're a nurse, an EMT, a paramedic, a doctor, whatever, you do have a duty to act in a lot of states. You cannot just simply pass by something.
Right.
And so if I happen to be unprepared, which isn't normally the case, it would be nice if somebody showed up and said, hey, here's a trauma kit. I don't know how the hell to use it, but here it is. That would be a good day for me to be able to take their kit and take whatever out that I needed and go ahead and employ it. So nothing wrong with having it. Right. I just always encourage training before you use it yourself.
Of course. And there again, Marshall makes another good point. And yeah, I'm with you, Marshall. I am a person that would help in any manner that I could. I mean, at one point I did have a full combat kit in my truck that I was given to by a corpsman friend of mine. And
nice.
And that was great until it got stolen. But that's neither here nor there. But I always try to have some sort of, pretty, I guess, to my level of knowledge, fairly substantial. The tourniquet is one thing that I've been a little leery of because of what we talked about. But,
right.
After talking to you, I it'll be in there tomorrow. I'm telling you, it will be. It's just, it helps you sleep at night, knowing you did everything you could do.
Yeah, and Bunzo, to answer your other question about the active shooter scenario, my general guidance on that is just to get out. If it's truly an active shooter, just leave. That's the best advice I could give you. If somebody's bleeding out, EMS is not going to be allowed to even enter the scene until law enforcement clears it. So it may be a while before EMS gets there. And if there's truly an active threat, I would just try to flee the scene and keep yourself safe.
Yeah. And this is a great precursor because I talked to Stuart and I talked quite a bit offline about stuff. And, we were talking about first aid kits and doing more first aid stuff on the channel. And really for me, doing any, first aid kits, that type of thing, because I haven't done that on the channel yet. And it's something that I think I need to do a little bit more of, whether it's you go up and you pick up the $20 first aid kit at Walmart or whatever that may be, and doing a little bit more of that on the channel because, well, one, we're talking about knives. And unfortunately, accidents happen with knives. I mean, little ones, but it could be worse. And I don't know. I can only speak for myself, but yes, I do concealed carry quite frequently. So, and you make a good point about that, and I appreciate you doing that. Is, when you do that, you assume some sort of responsibility. In my mind. well, if you're going to concealed carry, you assume a great deal of responsibility. But
yeah, and from what I've read, just in case studies, if you happen to get, in the unlikely event that you were to get into a gunfight, there's a chance you're probably going to receive some gunshots to yourself. Even if you end up ultimately overcoming the threat, you're probably going to get shot. Maybe not probably, but it's definitely probable. So having a tourniquet on you to address a gunshot wound that you may receive, that's the reason I carry one. It's not necessarily because I think I'm just going to roll up on somebody bleeding out randomly in my day, but if I had to defend myself with a firearm against somebody else with a firearm and I get shot, I want to be able to treat myself and stop that bleeding.
Yeah. And, again, Marshall likes to joke around, but he's a smart dude. And, he makes another great point is you have to protect yourself first before you can help or protect anyone else. And there's a lot of logic in that statement.
Yeah, and when I was working as a paramedic on an ambulance, we would sit and wait often for 10, 20, 30 minutes, at scenes of very significant traumas because there was an active threat, and the police would not let us in there until they had either stopped the threat was gone, neutralized, whatever. And so oftentimes people would go without treatment because it just wasn't safe. So yeah, you definitely got to take care of yourself first because you're not going to be good to anybody else if you're injured or worse.
Right. And I actually went to I'm in Washington, but they actually sent somebody out here from Utah to teach the Utah, because you have to take a class for Utah. Went to the class, and I have a concealed carry in Washington, but I also have the Utah permit, and the Utah permit is valid in, I believe it's 37 states. They have reciprocity with. So
that's good.
Yeah. And so I don't do a whole lot of that type of EDC talk on the channel because unfortunately it's getting looked at a little harder. You know what I mean? So
the thing I'll say about anything related to medical treatment, trauma care, whether it's pre-hospital or combat medicine, it's so situational. There's so many different hypotheticals of what if this happens, what if that happens. So generally in my videos, I try to give more of an overview of a product or basic anatomy and physiology. But when it comes to making specific recommendations, it's really hard to do because there's just so many variables that you can't really account for.
Sure.
So it's challenging to make medical videos for sure. I can do night videos all day long, but the medical stuff takes a little more thought.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily want to give information that's going to be misconstrued or,
And that's exactly the reason why I really kind of haven't done it yet, for that very point. So, I mean, reviewing a first aid kit saying, hey, this is what's in this stuff. I mean, that's not a big deal. You know what I mean? You can show everybody a kit. Hey, this is what's in it. Decide if it's for you or not. You know what I mean? That's pretty straightforward and simple. And, but like you said, I definitely don't have the background to maybe make specific recommendations. I don't feel that I'm qualified. Is that?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. And even someone like myself who's worked as an active duty paramedic, who's still a licensed paramedic, who goes through continuing education training every year, it's still hard for me to make certain recommendations because it's so circumstantial, and there's always going to be some variable that you didn't think of that somebody's going to bring up, and that could change the answer to the question, or that could change the recommendation. So it's definitely challenging. Rick, as far as who makes the best kit, I've never actually recommended a pre-made kit before. I'm sure there's some great ones out there, but I've always just put mine together myself, just a basic bag, and then get the contents that I think are necessary depending on what level of kind of medical preparedness you're looking for, whether it's a kind of a boohoo kit, an individual trauma kit, or a larger bag for a larger group of people. So I always recommend building your own using quality components from reputable manufacturers would be the way I would answer that.
Yes, Zach, to answer your question, I just saw that pop up. Yes, Valtac, and I didn't mention that earlier, but Valtac and Titan Survival also donated stuff for my giveaway. I have to thank Tyler from Valtac for that. I didn't do that, and I need to for the giveaway. But yes, Valtac is starting to carry medical supplies. I believe they're going under the name MedTac. And I think it's kind of, I don't know for sure. I haven't talked with him in depth about it, but I believe it's kind of stuff he's getting. And it looks to me, I don't know, I probably shouldn't talk out of school here, but we'll just say that the brand name that I believe he's carrying is called MedTac now. So that is definitely something to check out. Oh, is Woodland leaving? Oh, he's going to see the Avengers. Right on, buddy. Have a good time, my friend. Definitely, if you're looking for med supplies, Valtac is now going to be carrying med supplies, and I have to mention Valtac because there again, you know how we were talking about community and before we started and the pass around group, and you know, you and I were talking about buying gear to support a channel and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Tyler from Valtac, he has done, you know, he's myself, Woodland Tactical, the Sharp Spot, Grateful Panic, Blue Collar Survival, Sean from Jet Fuel EDC, and Blue Collar Survival. If I haven't, did I say Blue Collar Survival? I don't think I did. And Jack Farm Boy. He's kind of those channels. He's kind of started supplying with pass around stuff as well. So any chance I have to thank Tyler from Valtac for helping us out, I have to, because he's been absolutely amazing for us.
Yeah, so, that's fantastic. Yeah, JB and I were talking about how, at least for me, you know, when I started my channel, I started just with stuff that I already owned or stuff that I was already purchasing. And I bought a couple things specifically because I wanted to feature them on the channel. But, you know, it can get expensive, right? Especially if you're going to post a video every day or every couple of days. I'm not made of money, and so I can't be buying all the latest and greatest stuff. So I think the pass around stuff is fantastic to get gear in the hands of multiple people to be able to provide some content to their subscribers. And I have to let Zach know, I mentioned you, my friend. I mentioned you. I mentioned Jay from the Knife Beater at the beginning of the video. I didn't mention Tyler and from Valtac and Titan Survival earlier, so I had to kind of throw them in there because I did thank you, and I greatly appreciate you and that Benchmade hookup. That's awesome. Are you talking about the Fire Steel? That thing looked pretty legit. Oh yeah, that thing's awesome. Are you kidding me? That seems so cool. I've never seen a ferro rod packaged that nicely before. Marshall, your dog farted again. And for anyone here who's a subscriber to my channel who's not currently subscribed to Big Red, go watch his video about his 1,000 sub giveaway because it's pretty nice. So you may want to sub to the channel and take a look at that video. And rumor has it, somebody might be having a giveaway going on pretty soon. Yeah. So I'm going to do one when I hit 500 subs, which I was talking to my dad. I think, JB, I mentioned this to you earlier. I was talking to my dad before you and I were talking, and I think I hadn't checked in several days, but I think I was close to like in the 480s or 490s, something like that. So probably pretty close. So yeah, once I hit 500, I'm actually looking to my right, sitting at my desk. I have just a pile of stuff that I've kind of accumulated over the last couple of months, just random gear and stuff. So I'll probably have 3 separate winners, I would imagine, based on what I have sitting here. Kind of do 3 separate packages, if you will, to 3 different winners. So I'll do that pretty soon because I think I'll probably pass 500 in the near future. So expect a giveaway from my channel coming up in the very near future. Cool.
That's awesome. I was just trying to look here. Why did it? Oh, it gave me. I put in geared toward gear, and it gave me. Oh, there it is. It gave me a different channel.
There is another gear toward gear channel. It's, I think, a fashion channel.
Yeah.
I never watched any of the videos, but yeah, I think it's spelled differently, or it's
all one word, all one word
together, or something like that.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, I just looked, and you're at 501.
So yeah, Leather Guy just said he subbed, and I'm at 500. So yeah, giveaways coming. Bunzo, Gen 7 cat tourniquet, and soft T wide are the two best tourniquets on the market. I EDC a soft T wide in my pocket because it's easier to be flat folded. I have a video on my channel that had a flat fold, a soft T wide tourniquet for EDC. But the ones I carry in my kits are Gen 7 cats. Yeah, my alter ego is fashion, actually, Zach. I sit here.
I did not know this. I didn't.
Up t-shirt.
I did not know you were a fashionista. For the teen, what would you recommend?
I think the cat tourniquet's probably your best bet. It's going to go into a kit. They're pretty easy to use. Can't go wrong with a cat tourniquet. And I would recommend buying it directly from North American Rescue. That's just my personal opinion. Buy it from a reputable dealer, ideally the manufacturer themselves.
No, Marshall. To answer your question, I have not. But when we were done with this, that was something that I think I was going to have to do as a thank you. So we will definitely.
Have you sent this man a Bushmaster? What does that mean?
Well, Bushmaster, it's one of the most poisonous snakes in the world. So, no.
I thought you were talking about the rifle.
Oh, that too. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'll show you. This is a Bushmaster. Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice. I like that.
It's a Bushmaster Bushcraft Field Folder. When I first started the channel, I really wanted to be, and I still try to be, centered around, budget-friendly items. I with the Pass Around group, I've reviewed some $300-$400 knives, and those aren't necessarily budget-friendly for everyone, And I found this little knife. This actually comes from Bud K. I don't know if you're familiar with Bud K.
Oh, of course I am.
Okay, but you know what? Yes, most of their stuff is. Yeah, okay. You know. But you know what? I found this little guy. It's an awesome. It's actually 1095 steel.
There's nothing wrong with 1095.
No, and they have them on there a lot of times for a buy one get one for $10. So you actually get them for $5 a piece. That's
not a bad deal at all.
That is an excellent little $5 knife. So it kind of became the channel knife, if you will. I've given a lot of them away. So as a matter of fact, I'll be giving one away tonight. So don't leave, stick around, guys. So
I kind of did the same thing with the K-Bar Dozier. It's one of my favorite kind of budget knives.
Excellent little knife.
For years. I've got several, and I did a giveaway, I don't know, a couple months ago. I've done like 4 giveaways. I got a little giveaway happy early on in my channel, and I think I gave away 5 Doziers to 5 different people. And so I guess that would maybe be my channel knife.
Sure.
Is what I give away most often.
Sure.
So the Dozier is my Bushmaster, if you will.
And I know it's a little inexpensive little knife, and they're not, trust me, not perfect in any way. They have it's a Bud K knife, okay? They have sometimes they have a little blade wobble, not always, but sometimes. But it's a $5 knife, and it's just an awesome little knife for $5.
If you can get something that will cut and is even remotely serviceable for $5, I think that's a huge win.
And that's kind of
I've been looking at Bud K magazines for years.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm definitely not afraid to pick something out of a Bud K magazine. And I'm kind of the same as you, JB. I tend to kind of lean towards the more budget-friendly stuff. I bought a couple higher-end knives recently, and by higher-end, I mean like like $120, slip joint or something like that. But
Right.
for the most part, I stick
Right.
to stuff that's pretty attainable, because I realize everybody's on a budget, and I don't want to just review $700 knives all the time. So
Right. Well, and that's true, Marshall. Woodland got one, and if you're not familiar with Woodland Tactical, he really likes to baton stuff. If you haven't figured that out from his comments tonight, he's a baton nut. He'll baton anything. And
wasn't he saying something about the Medford?
Yeah,
About that?
he says that pretty much about every knife. So, but he took one of those guys out and he put it through the test. And you know what? It withstood everything he gave it. So for $5, you know what? It's a win. So
yeah, no, it sounds like it. I can't remember the last time I paid $5 for a knife and got something decent. I'm trying to think of the cheapest knife that I bought recently. In recent memory, though, I thought was actually really good for the money. I think I paid $11 for a Gerber US1, the USA made. I want to say it's 420 steel.
Okay.
It was like $9 or $10.
Okay.
And it was probably the best $9 or $10 I'd spent in a while as far as overall quality. But yeah, I haven't checked out any stuff from Bud K recently, so I'll have to take a look at that.
Well, and there again, Bud K, okay. And I get their mystery SHTF box, and I've gotten all sorts of comments about why do you get this? Because it's fun. That's why I do it. It's fun. I'm always interested. It costs $20. Yeah, for $20, I could buy 4 little Bushmaster knives. You're right, I could. But it's just fun. It's something. It's a break from the norm for the channel, and it's just I enjoy it. It's really, to be perfectly honest with you, that video is for no one else but me. I'm sorry. It is. Because it's fun.
So speaking of budget knives, I think I see, is it a Firebird?
Yep.
The orange one on the table? So, quick story. A subscriber of mine sent me a Ganzo knife, a Firebird knife. It was my first one, or maybe my second one ever. It was the FH31, I believe. And I was blown away, completely blown away by the quality of it. So I've started to look at more of these, kind of more affordable Chinese-produced knives, whether it be Ganzo or where's some others, San Remu and
Kubi.
Kubi. So I'm glad you brought that up. I just bought you pronounce it Kubi or Kubi?
I say Kubi. Who knows? I say Kubi.
Yeah, I just got, it's in my hand as we're talking, the Eris.
Oh, that is the what?
Fiber scales and D2 steel.
That's 079, right?
Yeah, assuming the D2 is legit D2, it's probably the best $50 I've spent in a long time, because these carbon fiber scales are just sexy, to be honest with you.
And it's funny you say that, because Devil Dog just jumped in. He's a guy I work with, former Marine. He has an Eris, and that thing is, I don't have one, but he has one, and I've made him let me look at it and play with it. But no, I'm just kidding, bud. But that thing's a sweet knife.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think I saw a video from somebody, and the handle scales, the carbon fiber jumped out at me. And I've inspected this thoroughly, and it is 100% genuine, really nice carbon fiber. I've actually already filmed a video on it. I'll probably post it in the next 4 or 5 days. So for any of those of you that are sub my channel, you'll see a video on the knife that I'm talking about currently. Unfortunately, you can't see it. I know you can only see JB's table, but the Kubi Eris seems like a really good buy for $49 or whatever it was on Amazon.
Oh my goodness, that thing was tremendous for $50. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, I was very surprised, and it came in one of those really nice. Actually, you showed one on your giveaway video, the Kaiser pouch.
Yes. Yep.
The Kubi knife came in basically the exact same pouch.
Yeah.
Camouflage zipper knife case. So to get the nice presentation pouch, carbon fiber, titanium clip and backspacer, D2 steel, all that good stuff for $50, I thought was a pretty good deal. So I'm definitely becoming more and more impressed with some of these Chinese companies. They're stepping up their game for sure.
Oh, Kubi has stepped up their game tremendously. Marshall, as a matter of fact, he was my Kubi dealer for a little while. Man, I've had a lot of dealers. I think I have a problem.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was it? It was either the 088 or the 085, depending on what day you looked at Amazon. They had it listed at they were selling it under two different numbers. And it was $9.99. And if you go back and look at my Kubi 088/085 video, I was absolutely blown away by that knife at $9.99. It was it's nothing fancy. I think it's 9CR steel. It's G10. It's nothing fancy. But oh my God, for $10
$10 is $10. I mean,
that is an awesome knife for $10. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people have done testing on it, and the D2 is pretty legit.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned it, Marshall, I've watched a ton of Love Them Knives videos on blade testing. I haven't seen the ones on the Kubi, but the Firebird FH31 is D2, and I do remember seeing a video where they tested that and that it was legit. So
yeah, they're doing some good stuff, and I mean they've got even their titanium knives and higher, even more than D2 steel. I get, what is it, S35VN? Some of their knives are. Right. You can get an S35VN titanium handled knife for $75.
Yeah.
And nice ones, nice knives, very nice knives.
I've never heard of half-face blades, Bunzo. You said Navy SEALs are the ones making them?
I have not heard of that either. Half-face blades. I am not familiar. I will have to look that up.
I'll add it to my notes that I've been taking for the last hour.
I'm almost a little ashamed of that, being a Navy sailor. That shames me a bit that I don't know about it.
Half-face blades.
Yeah.
I've got so much stuff to look into once we're done here.
Cool.
Maybe tomorrow because I'm kind of tired. But
cool.
Between all the Facebook groups and the recommendations on handle scales and man, all kinds of stuff.
So I guess this was worth it. This was worth it then, Sean, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. All right. It's been fun.
Well, you know what? I usually go an hour and I do a giveaway. We're approaching an hour and 15 minutes, if you're not aware. This has been so much fun. Big Brown Bear on YouTube. Oh, there's another suggestion for you. Big Brown Bear.
My notepad as we speak.
So I think it's probably time, guys, that we do our giveaway and probably wrap this up. I know, Sean, it's a little past 1 in your time zone, my friend. I do appreciate you doing this, man. This has been awesome.
No, it's been fun for me. I appreciate you having me, and I've got plenty of caffeine in me, so I'm good to go for like another hour at least.
All right. Zach's already making guesses, so so let's see. Oh, what? I can't put that there because y'all can see it. I need to go over here. I need to find my 2-letter combo. So let's see. I think, yeah, I got it. That's a good one. That's a good 2-letter combo. So, okay, I got the combo. Y'all are guessing too early, man. Those don't count. They don't listen sometimes, Sean. You gotta. It's like herding cats, man. But okay, I have it. It's in here, and that's one of the things we're gonna give away tonight. A little field book notebook. It is in there. See, it's right there. Okay, I'm gonna give away
comes in handy.
A Poca pen or Poca pen, however you want to say it. Of course, we got to throw in some Big Red EDC swag, some stickers, a bracelet, and, as I mentioned before, a Bushmaster Bushcraft field folder. That'll be what we're giving away tonight. So, I have it. Everybody is welcome to guess. And when I mean everybody, Sean. So, after the start, y'all start making your guesses. If it goes a while, I will give you a hint so it doesn't take too long. But when the start appears on the screen, guys, go ahead. Please, if you could, put your caps lock on. It makes it just a little bit easier to see because I'm old and my eyes are going. So, but there you go, guys. Do it.
And it's just any 2 letters in combination.
Any 2-letter combination.
Nice.
Any 2-letter combination.
I'm going to bow out only because I want somebody else to win, but I think this is fantastic that you're doing this.
Hey, these guys give to... Oh, wait a minute. I already got a winner. Hold your guesses, hold your guesses. We got a winner. I saw it. Bunzo. Bunzo. Let's see here. I will show you. I will show everybody. The answer was ZT.
Nice.
The answer, and Sean, if you would you please double check my eyes to make sure I'm not giving this to the wrong person, if you don't mind? I would greatly appreciate it.
I'm looking at Bunzo's comments. I see TQ, I see BY, GG, ZT. There it is, yeah. Bunzo for the win.
Yes, sir.
And no one else typed that prior.
Nope, I'm not seeing it.
Bunzo.
I'm seeing a YT. I'm seeing a YT, but no other ZT. I see a GT. No, Bunzo is the winner.
Bunzo, I know you were saying earlier you don't have a lot of medical training available nearby. Whereabouts do you live? AKA, how much is this going to cost JP to ship?
Oh, no. We don't worry about that. That's all good. It's open to anybody and everybody.
I did a giveaway recently, and one of the winners was from Indonesia, which I found out is pretty much as far away from Texas as you can possibly get.
Yep.
And the shipping was very reasonable. It was like $12.
Yeah.
To ship from Texas to Indonesia. Oh, you're in California. You're in the same state. Well, same coast anyway.
So Bunzo, what I need you to do, shoot me an email at bigrededc.com or bigrededc@gmail.com, excuse me. Give me your shipping info, and I will get that out to you probably Monday. So, no, it's not rigged, JR. Just because you don't win doesn't mean it's rigged. So, that usually is the conclusion of the show, Sean. I greatly appreciate everybody for showing up. And guys, please, down in the comments, if you would, let me know what you think of this. If you could, please, hey, Racer X, if you could let me know down in the comments, was it cool? Was it hokey? Whatever you think, man, that's fine. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. That's fine. But let us know. And I will definitely check out Google Hangouts to try to make this a little bit more, if we could do something like that. And if I do get it and get it to working, might have to have Sean back to show him the love that he deserves. But if you're watching this and you have not checked out Geared Towards Gear, please go over and check out his channel. I will leave a link in the description to his channel. It's been fantastic, my friend. If you would, please stay on for just a minute after I log off so you and I can talk a little bit more, if that's okay.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And thanks again for having me. This has been fun.
Oh, yeah.
So if everyone liked this, I'm obviously watching your video, so I'd certainly like to watch more videos like this with other guests in the future. Probably ones maybe a little more interesting than myself. But no, this has been a really good time. So thank you all for having me and indulging us.
So as always, guys, I sign off every video. It's been a pleasure talking to y'all. Thank you all for spending this time with me tonight and Sean. And subscribe, leave me a comment. I love talking to y'all. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.